It's for us. It's for us. I was. Yeah! Woo! How do you feel about that?
Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain.
Stop requested.
Welcome to another episode of Stop Requested. I am Brad. This is Justin.
Hello!
Today we are going to talk about something that we all fear. Do you know what that is?
Like reading a book?
It's the it's the apocalypse. There's so many
Zombies are a hot topic right now. Let's just get, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's so many apocalypses that there could be. I mean, there could be the religious apocalypse where there's like meteors and hellfire.
Yeah,
and
but isn't that like more or less like the return of
Jesus?
Jesus?
Jesus. And then there's the zombie apocalypse, which just could be...
It's a pretty big hot topic.
It could be dead people just being bored in their grave, or there could be some sort of military influence over the zombie apocalypse, or there could be a nuclear apocalypse where everything turns to like...
Mad Max.
Mad Max is exactly what I was just about to say. Are there any other apocalypses that we can think of? Maybe an animal apocalypse where the animals join together. Maybe a Planet of the Apes.
What's that one M. Night Shyamalan movie where the plants go on defense and send out that neurotoxin where humans do things? Like, you know, you wonder, like, what would it feel like if your hand got caught in the lawnmower blade and then you do it? It was a movie. It happened. It really was.
And I have a hard time trying to get movies made. That's myself.
It was a real movie.
I believe you. It was a real M. Night Shyamalan.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Nobody knows. But anyway, let's start with the first one. Or, better yet, which apocalypse would you rather have happen?
Me?
Yeah.
I would say none of them.
The,
like for my survival, like my longevity, or
I
like
mean,
something that I think would be cool.
One day the world.
There's a lot of people that like really think and want the zombie apocalypse to happen.
I don't think they really want it.
Oh yes, they do.
I think pop culture makes you think that they want it, but I think if there were
Haven't you ever seen Doomsday Preppers?
But if there were actually zombies running around, I don't think the Doomsday Preppers are going to make it because I think they lack intelligence. Or maybe they have the answers the entire time.
Usually underground. They would definitely make it.
Well, I mean...
It wouldn't be the same life. I don't know if I'd call that life anymore.
I mean...
But they definitely survive.
But I feel like they're preparing for more of an apocalypse of... They just want to be off the grid. Zombies are still going to find them.
Not really. I think that they're planning for an apocalypse no matter which it is.
So they
have sustainable food and water and energy, okay. And they've got technically a roof over their head.
What do you think about their lifestyle?
Well, it's not really a lifestyle.
Okay, it's how they live their life.
I mean, it's I consider that surviving. I wouldn't consider that really much of a life anymore.
I feel like they're just trying to live back into the Stone Age. Minus armor and stuff.
I mean, you think about it. We'd all be really screwed if we lost electricity. That's the big thing I think people overlook is electricity. If we lost power, you lose running water, you lose everything like that. That's a bigger threat than zombies, and it's a more realistic threat, if anything. I mean, you remember the power outage not too long ago where... Or even Y2K, like the Y2K scare was ridiculous.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there were people that I've met where they ran out of toothpaste in 2007 because they bought so much for
I have a
Y2K.
question for you.
Yeah.
So when you think of an apocalypse, people run out and buy the bare essentials. Why is it always dairy products? Why is it always milk and eggs? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I love me some milk and eggs, but I wouldn't consider that like essential by any means.
That's not a sustainable food.
I know, but you
canned goods.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But why is it that whenever there's a scare, like the first thing to sell out is like milk and eggs. You know.
I don't know. I guess people by the paranoid people probably aren't thinking straight, and they just want to stock up on their supplies.
Yeah.
So, so what? Could you survive a zombie apocalypse?
I mean, I'd love to sit here and say that I could.
Where are you going? Zombie apocalypse hits right now. A zombie comes down my
You
stairs.
you run out to the woods.
To the woods?
You don't go to the city.
Well, you definitely would want to avoid. But is there a place that you would go for protection?
See, I know where you're going with this, and you would say, well, first you'd run to Cabela's. The problem with that is everybody else would.
Well, you're kind of counting on the fact that a lot of people would be taken out by the zombies. So, but I mean, Cabela's would have everything, or a Cabela's-like store, you know, Gander Mountain or whatever. They've got, I know there's a food court there. They've got sleeping and
Food court.
well, that restaurant. Most Cabela's have a restaurant inside. They've got jerky. They've got how to make
Is
jerky
that a food
supplies.
court or is that an eatery?
That's an eatery, I guess. I mean, and then they have weapons, you know, defense. I feel like that would be a very
I
viable
know, but I
place
think a
to-
lot of people would do the same as you, and you know, all it takes is one infected, and that whole plan is out the window. You're stuck in Cabela's with one infected, and then
you have to sever all emotional ties and just eliminate the one affected.
could you do that though? Let's say Brent, your son,
that's
comes
different.
running. No, how is that different? How is that different? Brent
Then
comes
I
running
would-
down. I mean, like, oh no, this is
I would-
different. I can't shoot him.
I would try to get him like that Hannibal Lecter mask, and then we would just, you know, hang out. You know, as long as he's not biting you, he's probably still a good kid, right?
Well, I'd change his name to Nips.
Nips.
No, I honestly think I don't think a lot of people would survive. I think initially, right off the bat, a lot of people would die.
Yeah.
I think people and the way that our relation to food right now is, you know, everybody complains about naturally grown, sustainable, but like if it's a matter of like living or dying, and there was a chicken, most people would be hard up on killing that chicken, letting alone like butchering it and prepping it to eat. You know what I mean?
But maybe chicken was just an example.
But I mean, it looks
keep
like
the chicken alive so you could eat the eggs. Eggs
True.
come out every day. Don't
Well,
they?
here's the thing. Like, let's say you've been out without food for long. Here rolls up a dog. I mean, it's a matter of life or death. Like, you're gonna eat that. You would.
Well, yeah, because that dog's probably going to try and eat me if it's hungry.
True, but I'm saying most people wouldn't be able. One, wouldn't be able to kill that dog.
Mm-hmm.
It would weigh too heavy on their conscience. And two, they wouldn't even know where to begin on how to gut it, prep it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of a dying art. Like the butcher. How many grocery stores do you actually go to where there's an actual butcher there?
I mean, there's only a handful now.
yeah.
So.
So it's a dying art.
I agree. What about like a nuclear apocalypse? Mad
Max. That's see. I don't know how anyone would survive. Like, no water, plants. You know, like how
Well, plus the picture that those movies painted. You know, it's
wasn't like someone owned the fuel, someone owned the water, and
someone owned the bullets.
and they, yeah.
So they all
That's
traded
a
with
great
each other.
idea. That's a great idea for a movie. If anyone hasn't seen the new Mad Max, you're missing out. That's
I liked it.
It was
I liked
amazing.
it. I enjoyed it. But yeah, somebody owns the bullets, and they all trade with each other. So, but I mean, bullets are kind of essential in that sort of a world. They're just
in
as
that
much
world,
of a-
but bullets wouldn't mean anything in the zombie world. Guns are like a last resort kind of thing.
Well, you can't
Kill
reason-
6 and then save the last one for yourself. You know what I mean?
That's kind of a bleak outlook, but I'm not saying you're wrong, because potentially you could be saving other people's
A
lives.
gun is only effective as how much ammo you have, though.
True.
You know what I mean? Like you run out of ammo, that gun is nothing more or less. It's a paperweight at that point.
Yeah. True. So what do you think? You take out zombies with an axe?
You would want something like a hockey stick, where you could get a lot. You could even if that broke, you could still use it as a deadly weapon. A bat,
A
you know,
spear,
something that you can kind of maintain. A gun, the second you run out of ammo, it's over with. I mean,
My
that's why they
problem-
always say save the last one for yourself.
Right. My thing with the zombie apocalypse is that everybody, you know, Hollywood, they painted them a picture where they want to eat your brains. You don't know if zombies ever happen. They don't necessarily want to eat your brains. You don't know. What if they just want to come back for a little bit more partying? You know.
I always have a hard time.
I'm just saying.
No, that's a good. I like that.
We really don't know if we should be afraid of zombies or aliens. Aliens.
Is the bus
apocalypse.
coming?
Oh, probably in the next 2 minutes here.
All right. Well, I just gotta say, like, what was I gonna say? Like, honestly, like, let's say you and I were just sitting here, and I came at you, and I was trying to bite you, right? Like, would it really be that hard to just knock me down? Like, I guess what I'm saying is, are zombies strong enough? You know, like, do they have muscle?
Yeah. Well.
Because if they're like, if it's just like this lifeless form that just moves and it's coming out, you realistically should just be able to push them down. Like,
I feel like if they're the zombies
Yeah.
that crawl out of the grave, they're going to be the slow-moving ones. But if they're zombies that were bitten
The
and
crawlers.
are infected, they're going to be the ones that.
see, that's why 28 Days Later. I know it's may or may not be a zombie movie, but they're strong and fast. That when I saw that movie, it blew my mind. Like I was like,
Yeah.
okay, here comes a zombie. Wait, it's not just coming at me; it's like sprinting at me.
Right.
That's scary.
Yeah. So. Well, I think it's time for us to go catch the bus. But let us know what your favorite apocalypse is, how you would handle the survival of it, and where you'd go
Because you
from
wouldn't. You'd probably die.
there. I would say 90% of the population would probably be wiped out, which is sad. We'll miss everybody, but I think we'll be okay here.
We'll be on the bus.
Yeah, we'll be on the bus, driving around.
See ya.
So.
Sometimes it helps if I get it closer.